matchup. A game between Florida State and Clemson. Florida State got a career night from forward Okaro White. A career-high 24 points, leading them to a victory. They had to hang on to win it in the last minute, and they have earned themselves a date in the quarterfinals with P.J. Hairston and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Hairston scoring better than 17 a game over the last 8 games. The winner is on to the semis.
In the road this year, but this is North Carolina. The Tar Heels have gone small, and that has them thinking big. Tonight, they face a Florida State team with a flair for the fantastic.
And the buzzer for the win.
It's North Carolina, Florida State in round 2 of the 2013 ACC tournament.
You're watching the ACC on East. And last night, taking on the 3 seed, the North Carolina Tar Heels, making their first.
McAdoo at the other end, feeling confident, using the glass, the soft touch. It's working early.
All that. Nice look. Bullock from Page.
Just this is an easy one. Bullock is just going to walk in. There's nobody around him. I mean, just nobody even guarding
here today over Virginia as well. The last spot in the semifinals is up for grabs in this game, and it's a close one between.
Happy seeing contested jump shots over the top of the defender all afternoon.
Hairston again. When you're hot. Back here in Greensboro, Janine Edwards, Sean Farnham, I'm Dane Schulman. We mentioned the biggest beneficiary of the small lineup for North Carolina. That guy right there, P.J. Hairston, getting more minutes, earning those minutes, and becoming about as tough a cover as there is in the ACC. You're watching the ACC on ESPN from the Page. Nice dump down. Hubert with the finish.
Well, execution, North Carolina, a little hesitation, jump in the air. Usually you don't want to see that from your point guard, but a nice job by Hubert, and McAdoo on the bench. All he can do is watch right now. And then Strickland aggressively, and you see where Booker was. It didn't allow Turpin to close that gap between Strickland.
Moving the ball. Bullock. Got it.
You need someone to give you a little pick-me-up. P.J. Hairston has been the answer all night long. But then Page in transition. A blow-by of Michael Snare. Nobody around him. And then Reggie Bullock. His first made three-pointer in the game. He's 1 for 4. And Roy Williams. Yeah, you think this means something to coach? Night of the Tar Heels. Getting them out. Getting them running in transition. And looking good for UNC.
But to take him out. You know, another injury to keep an eye on as McAdoo gets free. Missed assignment. And then the second game will be just after 3 o'clock Eastern. Hairston, wow.
That stinger. A little behind the back dribble. And a nice finish. There's watch the blow by here. A little hesitation, a little jab step. Get you leaning one way, change direction and finish.
The injury in his Hairston, Page, Bullock. Hubert even with a basket tonight. They're pulling away from Florida State. Slowly making his way up the court. Johnson with an unbelievable block. I don't even know if you call it a block. He just took it right away.
The drive, just the absolute thievery. It's not even a block. It just, I'm going to take that, so we're going to go in the opposite direction, and then everybody defensively, I'll just hug my man.
The ACC tournament in Greensboro.
Moving him out on screens out on the perimeter, Tim, and then moving him into the post.
Bullock.
Wow.
All systems go for Carolina Blue from downtown.
North Carolina, 2 of 3 so far, and it's the usual suspects in Bullock and Hairston.
They were fighting through picks. They were up in the... Why not? Just keep on keeping on. If you don't get out to check him, he's going to continue to bury it. It's now 13-6.
Well, there are some guys who have almost unguardable range, and when you step back from about 30 to launch a 3, that shows a lot of strength. Two-man game right there, just coming off for the help, and yeah, the right foot right on the line, a long two, but still he knocks it down.
Look at the space between Merrill and Z. That's about it. End to end, Strickland, yes, and a foul.
Well, atypically, he has knocked down a couple of jump shots in this game, but typically that's his game. End to end, off the drive, attacking the rim.
Shaquille Clear picks up the foul. Maryland could be in if they could get a win, but their Jekyll and Hyde act has gone the wrong way so far today.
He's a one-man fast break, but here, Hairston misses a couple of long jump shots, so you get some rhythm, go back inside. And that all set up by the drive. Nice speed, nice strong finish. A little bit because of Lennon, his size, but a beautiful turnaround jump shot.
Into the passing lane, out to Bullock. Wow, what a play.
It's come on later on in this half. Of course, Dexter Strickland with the ball. A one-man fast break, taking it all the way and scoring. And then the defense on this play. Bullock getting sprung out, finishing at the rim. But P.J. Hairston came out. They tested the hand early and really has shown no ill effects from it. 3 of 6 from the floor. 2 of 4 from 3, rebounded pretty well. 9 points for him. He's been aggressive attacking the basket. There are a lot of white jerseys behind him, and just a step-back dribble that time. He did have McAdoo in front of the rim, but not a lot of other people. Len that time just a little reluctant to come out and get a hand.
Nice pass. Strickland, beautifully done by Page.
Right inside. When you know what, when you're having one of those days,
McAdoo over Clear, counted in a foul.
Facing up, you know, he is not used to guarding guys 16, 17 feet from the basket.
Neither Clear or Mitchell.
58%.
Alley-oop, yes sir. Bullock finding. Bullock gets the foul, his first.
What happened to get that little screen at the top? You think you're safe, you fall asleep on the weak side defensively, and that was a beautiful pass.
He has got the job done, Mike.
Yeah, he's been pretty active, Tim, 9 points, 4 of 10 shooting. Good job on the glass, leading rebounder with 7. Facing up against their bigger centers. But, you know, and Mark Turgeon said we got to keep the big 3.
McDonald, big-time shot. The Memphian comes through.
There you go. That's what they needed. They hadn't had one in a long time, but good ball move.
Strickland reads Bullock. That's a good call. Nice move by Strickland. 66 to 58.
Couple of shots.
Strickland for Hubert. Nice spacing to Bullock.
I tell you what, Hubert. That's a beautiful play right there. You can't give him a sight line like that.
Page. Oh, yes! Turn one more for North Carolina. A chapter in his career. Wells is fouled by Bullock as he takes it right to the 10. Boy, Marcus Page showing some true grit right here.
Well, just taking advantage of who he had guarding him. Lehman couldn't stay with him. And how about going right in that lefty floater?
Oh, yeah. Well, they never called a right-hander crafty, my friend. That is smooth as silk.
But I tell you,
Have been gathering at the end of the season to decide a champion. Today is no different. North Carolina going for their 18th overall ACC title. It's been a big turnaround of the season for North Carolina. You can just see the renewed look of confidence in their faces. And Corey, a key matchup today is going to be inside James Michael McAdoo and Kenny Kaji.
Senior from Rahway, New Jersey, number 1, Dexter Strickland. A 6-foot freshman from Marion, Iowa, number 5, Marcus Page. A 6'5" sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 15, P.J. Hairston. A 6'7" junior from Kinston, North Carolina, number 35, Reggie Bullock. And a 6'9" sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia, number 43, James Michael McAdoo.
Little rusty from the floor, 2-6.
Bullock, splash! To Hairston. Bucket counts. He'll get one more. It's a 7-0 Carolina run. And the Tar Heels lead in Greensboro for the title. Hairston again with a switch.
And that was about as good a defense as you could play, but in the afternoon. And here one, I mean, he had a decent look there. Swope a little late getting out. Got a nice little interchange between he and Bullock. You got to switch that and stay at home, and that's, I mean, it's very, very close to being a foul.
To the corner for three. Hairston. Back out and reset. Hairston from way outside. Yes, sir.
There's no defense for that. There really isn't. He was so far behind. The bigs are just looking for Miami. This is just a hustle play rim to rim by James Michael McAdoo. Let's take a look at P.J. Hairston, and he injured his hand yesterday, struggled a little bit to play with the wrap on it, but seems to have regained his form today. He has been outstanding. 7 of 11 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3, but Tim has to be careful.
Villanova, and that's been a problem all season long. Hairston, meanwhile, with his range. The other issue, not just the turnovers, the issue, they give up a lot of penetration and kickouts.
Nice pass from Bullock. McAdoo with the bucket, and he was fouled.
That's a big play, Mark, because that could have been McAdoo's second foul if Villanova had been able to slide over quickly enough. I believe it's Pinkston.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's there just a little bit late. So big swing there that goes Carolina's way.
James Michael McAdoo landed on his elbow, but indicating that Hairston to the rim.
Boy, is he something.
McDonald, yes. McDonald from downtown North Carolina with a 28-11 lead. 13 unanswered points.
Archie Diacono a little too aggressive after he got the rebound, trying to split the defenders. Not quite enough speed to get him, and he wanted to put on a show for everybody.
Here's Hairston for three. That previous field goal by McAdoo waved off. He was fouled.
To free himself up here, just like Bullock a moment ago, to knock down a three. Now this is Carolina's game. We know that.
No hesitation again by Hairston. So the Tar Heels catching fire. The combination of P.J. Hairston and Reggie Bullock. Bullock now with 14. Hairston with 19.
There's that pass from Simmons to Strickland. Swings it on to Bullock. The game finally opening up a little bit for the Tar Heels.
Page open. Yes.
Well, that's what you give up if you're Villanova. You extend the pressure, but if you don't force. There's that jumper from Page. Looked like Villanova was going to force it.
Like he was uncertain. This is Hairston on the drive. He's hacked. He scores, and the foul. He kept going despite the shot that he took.
How strong was this move? Hairston, the opening, and unbelievably gets the shot to go despite the contact from Bell, and you see the emotion and reaction. That is a strong finish.
Yes, TDS and TNT and number 1 seed Kansas facing Western Kentucky coming up in about 30 minutes. Quick break coming up. We'll send you to our NCAA studio.
Threes today to win.
All right, this crowd all pumped up, real ready to go. Back with the starting lineups and the opening time. Withy had to take it away. McAdoo will take it away. Here's the lead pass for Bryce Johnson. Beautifully timed Dexter Strickland, Tar Heels.
Now Roy Williams trying to beat his old Jayhawks team for the first time in the third meeting. Draws up a beautiful play here. Johnson with the flush.
Hairston. Hairston on the move. Hairston with the reverse. Oh, what a play.
How about that for a first field goal after going 0 for 7. Hairston tries his most difficult shot yet and somehow spins it in. Look at this move in transition. Another bounce pass to Withy. By the way, that's not going to get it done. Tharp with the turnover, and that leads to the 2 for P.J. Hairston.
And most of the season, certainly since being inserted into the starting lineup, makes it a 9-0 run for the Tar Heels. Defeating North Carolina 70-58 tonight on CBS.